Between a Biden press conference and a Trump press conference is radio host Steve Sanchez and the CEO of Mighty Oaks Warrior Foundation, Chad Robichaux. We welcome him back. Gentlemen, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
All right, well, I want to play a couple sound bites from some reporters' questions from Biden's press conference on Friday. Take a listen.
I think there are a lot of people out there who are supporting you or are inclined to not vote for the president who would say, why isn't Joe Biden angrier?
When you hear these remarks, suckers, losers, recoiling from amputees, what does it tell you about President Trump's soul and the life he leads?
Great questions. Great questions. Well, I want to put up, Ben Shapiro tweeted this, and I felt like it was a good representation of what's really going on here. He says the media are simply the PR wing for the Biden campaign. At this point, he's responding to Brian York's tweet, who was kind of taking track and tally of some of those questions at that press conference. But Steve, I want to start with you here. It almost seems like the media is just trying to set him up for success, and I feel like we're back at the DNC all over again.
I agree. He needs the help. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, if the media didn't help him, poor Joe. The media's done this with the Democratic candidates for as long as I could remember, but they're giving him a little extra special treatment because Joe Biden, let's be honest, unless he's getting that vitamin B12 shot, the guy just can't make it.
Well, Chad, I think the interesting thing is I would expect some of these questions maybe from a local reporter, not to down on them, but you have people like Ed O'Keefe, CBS, and the Atlanta reporter there who should be, this is their opportunity. He's been in his basement, essentially. This is the opportunity to ask him the tough questions, and they're really failing the American people here, would you say?
Well, they're not representing the American people. They're representing Joe Biden. And Ben Shapiro said it perfectly. I mean, the mainstream media is the propaganda arm of the DNC and of Joe Biden's campaign right now. And when it comes to these questions, they don't really even ask a question. They apply opinion as if it's a fact and then softball pitch it to him so he can validate it back with some pre-scripted attack on the president. It would be nice to hear Joe Biden answer anything about what he's going to do for the American people that doesn't include the words Donald Trump. But he's not going to do that because he can't. He has nothing.
Yeah, I can't imagine. You waited all this time to get a shot at a guy running for president. You finally get a moment to ask a question, and this is what they came up with. It was amazing. Steve, I want to ask you, the first person that Joe Biden goes to is somebody from The Atlantic. What did you make of that after that article that came out?
Well, The Atlantic is a failing rag. I think we can all agree with that. And I think anybody that knows President Trump knows he loves the military. My goodness, even John Bolton, who was very critical about the president, came out and said, I didn't hear that. Mike Pompeo, President Trump would never say that about the troops, about veterans, about those that have lost their lives, heroes. That's not President Trump. They're doing anything they can to try to paint this picture that Trump's bad because they're just going to lose big in November. I'm confident.
Chad, what do you make of that Atlantic article and them kind of teeing up? That was the first person that Biden actually goes to. Is this Atlanta reporter? Do you think this was an opportunity just to set him up to go off about the military?
Absolutely. It's orchestrated, not unlike we've seen during 2016 when Hillary Clinton was given the answers to debate questions, the questions to debate questions prior to the debate. I mean, the mainstream media is complicit in election interference. They're going to work hand in hand with Joe Biden all the way up until the election. And for those of us who love and support the president, we just have to expect this. But however, with that said, it's going to be even a sweeter victory because even with that, they will not be able to defeat the American people who love and support our president. And the accusations that Atlantic made against the president is just disgusting, unfounded, all by anonymous sources, and it's just not true. The president loves the warriors and has proven it through actions and policy.
Steve, I got to ask you, I have to think that people at home, no matter what side of this thing you're on, they can see just the stark difference in the treatment. I mean, when the president does a news conference, you can see just how much the media, a lot of them, hate his gut. And then they go up for Joe Biden. Like I said, they haven't had a shot at him forever. He's too scared to do anything except on MSNBC, on maybe Joy Reid's show. And they're just so warm to him. People feel that. I mean, it proves the president's point time and time again. I think everybody has to notice that.
Oh, look, on my radio show, I can't tell you how many people call and say, look, I didn't vote for Donald Trump the last time around, but I am so upset with the Democratic Party. And these are Democrats calling, these are independents calling. I'm so upset with the Democratic Party that I'm going to go for Trump. He loves America, patriotism. We saw the performance with the economy. We know he can do it again. I'm hearing that time and time again from, hardworking, everyday American citizens that are just sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah, I think that people are sick and tired of it. And Steve, Chad, we only have a minute left here. But I think the question is, how does the president get his word out there that obviously he is fighting a press who is against him? Does he take the bait or does he rise above the fray?
I think rise above it, and the reason why is because this campaign period isn't about promises for the president. Doesn't have to make any more campaign promises. Joe Biden's been making campaign promises for 50 years. The president simply has to show what he's done in the last 4 years, and he has the ability to do that in every single demographic of America. And if he just continues to show what he has done and not have to promise anything, he's going to win in November.
Got to focus on that record. Steve, Chad, thanks so much for being here. Appreciate your input and happy Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day. Thank you.
All right. Well, coming up, are we being misled about the numbers of coronavirus deaths? The author of Fear Unmasked is going to join us in a moment.